confidently compare his game to Dwayne Wade, to which Wade actually agreed to on Twitter. Paul, do you like him making the comparison?
Anytime you can compare yourself to an all-time great, I like that. I like that. That means you're going to have to strive for greatness, young fella.
Well, D-Wade said that actually he thinks Anthony Edwards can be better than himself. He wrote on Twitter, "America, here is your #1 pick." What do you think, Amin?
Listen, Rachel, I said it yesterday. I made the same comparison. He played for Tom Crean just like Victor Oladipo. I said what I said.
Oh, my God.
Welcome to The Jump. I am Rachel Nichols. Today, it is Halloween. Well, it's a day before Halloween, but it's a Halloween. I'm joined by future Hall of Famer Paul Pierce, who is legendary for his Halloween costumes. Brought it as one of the Three Musketeers today. He's got a little swashbuckling in him, right, Paul?
All right.
Rachel, give this man his flowers. He comes with the Halloween costumes every year.
He really does. And then I thought we were supposed to have Amin El-Hassan on with Paul today, but I'm confused, sir. Who are you?
Listen, I'm Kendrick Perkins, the hottest name at ESPN.
Oh, my God.
We need you like old people need soft.
I'm using that later, Rachel. You can't bake the cake faster than you bake the take.
Oh,
We're in so much trouble here. I, by the way, decided to go as, it's the Disney NBA bubble.
Disney
I've got
bubble
the
with
snitch
the
line.
You got the snitch line.
Sign here, Disney NBA bubble. No, this needs.
It needs
I like it.
It needs a little less work than my costume, Rachel.
It's just going to be that kind of Friday afternoon here on The Jump. Coming up, Snoop Dogg joins the show. He's got a costume too, by the way, so you're going to want to hang out and see that. He's going to talk about the Lakers winning it all, NBA rappers, his brand new Lakers tattoo. You do not want to miss it. I didn't really think through having to do the entire show like this, but here we go. Yesterday on The Jump, NBPA Vice President Malcolm Brogdon told us he, quote, absolutely expects today's deadline for the NBA or the Players Association to opt out of the collective bargaining agreement. He expects that to be pushed back as both sides work through several issues before we can find out how the 2020-2021 season is going to look, when it's going to start, how many games it's going to be, whether next season begins on Christmas or Martin Luther King Day. It's going to be a sprint either way. Reports indicate the league does not want to conflict with next summer's Tokyo Olympics. So given all of that, Paul, how much load management do you expect next season when the turnaround possibly could be opening night 7 weeks after the NBA Finals?
I really don't expect a lot because you got to figure there's 8 teams that did not get invited to the bubble. And so they've been off pretty much like 9 months. And then if the season starts in December, 10 months. Then you have 6 teams who didn't make the playoffs that played another 8 games. And so they've been kind of off quite a while.
Yeah.
Maybe the teams at the top, maybe the Lakers because they're older. You know, they just coming off a championship. Not Miami, they're still young.
Yeah.
You know, they need more experience. So I don't expect a lot of load management from a lot of teams this year. Just the older guys that are in the league that put on a lot of mouths. Your typical Kawhi Leonard, LeBron maybe. That's about it.
Man, listen, you cannot tell me the sky is green and the grass is blue. Load management been happening anyway. Every year it gets more and more serious. So let's not blame this on the return of the schedule too quick. Like Paul said, 8 teams haven't played since March. You got another 6 teams haven't played since August. So we're talking about more than half the league hasn't played since mid-August to early September. That's plenty of time to come back. I look back at the lockout season in 2011, 2012, and the number of back-to-backs was about a quarter of the schedule. That's more than enough time for guys to go out there and play. I don't think it's going to be a big problem, Rachel, not more than a regular season.
I'm more worried about what they make the arenas look like. I think that they do need the big names to play, right? You're already talking about games without fans. There's a possibility that it has more of that rec league feel. What saved that in the bubble were those giant video screens you see, right? So that really made it, you forgot pretty quickly that you weren't in an arena with fans. You walk on that court, it actually felt like you were standing in the middle of a video game. I don't know how dramatic they can make the lighting in every arena, but I start to worry about if it doesn't look like a real NBA game and then we have load management and then you're not seeing some of the stars you mentioned, Paul. Those are the draws. That's the attraction, right? On a Tuesday or Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, like midweek night. I worry about that a little bit. So we'll see what happens there. There is so much for them to figure out. You know, LeBron James, by the way, speaking of, had a nice Twitter exchange with former teammate Tristan Thompson last night. It began, quote, "Just had a drink with my brother forever. Real Tristan 13, miss my G, love bro." To which Tristan replied, "My big brother for life, missed you too, broski, missed these times at dinner," going back and forth. LeBron replied, and this is the kicker, "More to come, bro, for sure." Why does this all matter? Well, Tristan Thompson is an unrestricted free agent who won a title, of course, with LeBron in 2016. Dwight Howard is a free agent. JaVale McGee has a $4.2 million player option. He's making a decision on that. So, I mean, we look at the bigs for the Lakers. Is LeBron doing a little recruiting there?
Rachel, I'm going to address you like the numbers on a house. Here's the deal. Look, nobody thinks the game like LeBron James. He thinks the game 2 steps ahead of everyone. Like you mentioned, Dwight Howard, free agent, trying to get a big pay bump. JaVale McGee, player option. So there's a need for the Lakers to fit in a big at that status. On the other hand, Tristan Thompson needs to come play for LA like old people need sore shoes. This is a guy who not only had the best basketball of his career playing alongside LeBron James, but also has family ties here in the LA area. He can be a lot closer to his family and have an opportunity to play for a championship. And the last part about it is the Laker bigs during the playoffs, we saw how they had to get benched whenever teams would pull them out from away from the paint. Right. So you saw even when Bam out of the Bayou was out there playing, they still had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee on the bench. Tristan Thompson is a big who can guard away from the basket as well as in the paint.
Well, you got to forget, not only is LeBron one of the best basketball players in the NBA, if not the best, he's one of the best GMs.
Yes.
I mean, you got to understand, everywhere he's been, he's always brought in key players from orchestrating to Miami, orchestrating back to Cleveland, getting Anthony Davis to the Lakers. And he's going to continue to do this as long as he's in the game and always trying to find a way to improve, to enhance his championship resume.
And absolutely. And look, he's the one who got Tristan really paid in Cleveland. So if he has to come here for a little bit less money, hey, you know, one hand, whatever hand. You know, I mean, you've done such a good job as Kendrick Perkins. I really do like the whole routine here, but I'm not really a good judge. The person who should evaluate your performance is Kendrick Perkins.
Is he here?
Perk, what do you think?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, look. I mean, first of all, I like the impression, but you talking too fast. Second of all, your beard is not filled. And I want to come on here and address you like a mannequin, not the numbers on the house today, all right? So you got to work on your bars. And then look, on your chain, you got to have a piece on there. You can't just have a chain. And look, your chain not even hanging. I mean, come on now.
I didn't go to Cass University, man.
Oh, my gosh. This is great. Oh, my God.
Hey, I mean, look, I'm going to give you a 7, though. I'm going to give you a 7, but you was dropping your bars at the wrong time. You know, hey. Today, you just dead bird, tall grass, man. Carry on.
Oh, my God.
See, Perk, even when you're not here, I got both members of the 2008 championship team. You know, we got to stand up for you. You can send him for other tasks that you want him to do to be your double, like parent-teacher meetings, or laundry runs.
Oh, look, he didn't even, look, I see you got one pillow tucked in your shirt. You need 3 or 4. I mean, I got a belly nowadays, man.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Perk.